What it do? What it do? YouTube? It's your boy KDU, KeepDrayUp, aka the Green Bean Machine. And if you don't know why they call me that, just go check my other videos. Go check my 2K videos. Go check my IRLs. I'm a Green Bean Machine there. The fuck, except for one of them. I kind of got fucked. You know what I'm saying? But this is a hard topic to talk about. But it's a good time to talk about it. It's a very good time to talk about it, especially with everything going on in the world, protesting, all of this stupid shit with the cops. I don't fuck with cops. I never have. Well, I'm not gonna say I never have. My uncle was a cop, but I have fucked with him in 4 years. I don't like him. He's all cops. I feel like there's good people, but no such thing as good cops. There's good people wearing a cop uniform. Because if there were good cops, we wouldn't have all this mess. We wouldn't have protests like the LA riots in 1992. What was that about? Police brutality against black people. We're having riots now. What is that? What does that show? There's no such thing as good cops. Once they have the fucking badge on and the gun in their pocket, they instantly become a bad person or a bad cop. You have a gun, dude. Why do you need a gun? But did y'all know it takes longer to be a barber than to be a police cop? Which means it takes longer to cut hair than to hold a gun. Yes, that shit's insane when I heard that shit. But anyways, it's about the time that I lost my cousin to police brutality. This shit's sad to think about. Every time I do think about it, it kind of puts me in my feels. So if I'm mellow, bear with me. Look at my nipples. They're not my nipples, but my nipple holes. Anyways, so basically, a long time ago, I think it was going on 6 years now, my cousin, he was like my dad to me. I never had a dad. Growing up, my dad was a very bad person, into steroids, so he was always mad and wound up beating me and my mom. That's a story time for a different day though. But he wasn't a good person. So we wound up moving I'm from Dallas, DFW. So if you're from there, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I used to be a Mavericks fan, but that was when I was younger. I'm more of a Kyrie Irving fan, so where he go, I go. So right now it's the Nets. I got a Nets jersey. That hope kind of clean, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, basically, he got pulled over one day. No, I'm fucking skipping way too much in the future. Way too much in the future. So basically, I didn't have a dad, and we moved down to San Antonio because there was family down here. My uncle's down here, he was down here, and I needed someone that I could look up to. And they thought, maybe his uncle and his cousin, because my cousin was 23 at the time, on his own, doing very good. He used to be a very bad person, drug dealer. He even got to a point where he almost died off an overdose. Yeah, the overdose, it'd be bad sometimes. It'd be real bad sometimes. And when this was all happening, I was probably 8, because he died 10 years ago. No, he died 5 years ago. So I moved here when I was 8. I moved here. Oh my God, I'm messing everything up right now. I moved here in the 6th grade. So I moved here 6 years ago. See, when I moved here, I didn't think I was gonna like it. I didn't know this cousin at the time. I never even fucking hung with them one time, ever. Never cared for hanging out with them. Never understood why I had to hang out with him. But they forced me to hang out with him. I'm not gonna say he wasn't a good, at this time he had already cleared up of the overdoses and the drug dealing. So he was getting his life on track. He was literally getting his fucking life on track. This is what makes me mad every time. His life was going good. He had a good steady job, paid well. He had a girlfriend. He was soon to have a kid. Everything was going good. So I moved down here, and then they made me stay with him for I think 2 months, because we moved here during the summer. So I stayed with him for 2 months. During those 2 months, man, I built the connection that no one else, just a connection you can't build off that fake shit. I'm with him every day. I went to everything, his job every time. I went to his job and it was fun as fuck, bro. He did a jumping place where they did trampolines and shit. So I had fun, and we built connections there because he would just play with me and work. That shit was so fun, having him as my dad. And so I think a year goes by, I'm still, every summer I'm with him. I'm not even on the summer. Sometimes on the weekends I go over his house. He doesn't live far. He lives 30 minutes away. He lives in San Antonio. I live in a different place from San Antonio, 30 minutes away. So I go and I'm like, yo. One day I'm like, yo, we gotta do some reckless shit. At this time it's 2 years later, and I'm like, we gotta do some reckless shit. I'm older now. You know what I'm saying? I'm 12. I want to do some fun shit. He's like, you know what, young boy, I got you. So one day he took me down to the Riverwalk, you know, and he knows a group of people that are crazy as fuck. Like people he used to fuck with but haven't fucked with in a while. See, when I was talking about some crazy shit, you know, I was talking about let's go get some ice cream and then JoJo, you know what I'm saying? Like our stomach's gonna hurt. But he was thinking otherwise. So he took me down to his friends, and then we went to Austin. So when we went to Austin, we went to Graffiti Park. My first time at Graffiti Park. This shit is fun. If you've never been to Graffiti Park, I've been there like 10 times now. That shit is so fun. You gotta go. It's in Austin, Texas. Fucking blast, my nigga. You get to see, we stay there till like 7 p.m. to like 3 in the morning. Like you just sit and you see the stars because it's like, it's just nice. Like it's a nice view. Right now I think it is closed. I'm not 100%. I haven't been there in like 6 months or something like that. But yes. So we went down to Graffiti Park and he's driving just me because he didn't want us to be in the same car with him because I got, you know, and he's not doing that no more. So he wanted to stay away from it and he wanted me to stay away from it. Well, you know, bless up but I still be lighting it up. But yeah, so we went down to Austin, and while we were going to Austin, he got pulled over. Oh, coming back from Austin, he got pulled over. It was 4 a.m. in the morning. It was just me and him in the car. You know, the officer at first was being okay, you know, like, let me see your ID, let me see all this. And he gives it to him. He comes back and he says, the tags are stolen. And we look, I'm like, he's had this car forever. How is the car stolen? That does not make sense. He said, the tags aren't yours. They aren't to your name. And he was like, no way, like that's not possible. You have my insurance card, you have everything in your hand. He's like, this could be a fake. I don't know. First off, a fake? Why the fuck would he fake an insurance card? I don't know if that's illegal or not, but I'm pretty sure that'd be illegal to give a cop a fake insurance card. So he's saying, oh, you gave me a fake insurance card. I don't believe this shit. And he rips it in his face. It's just rips. And I'm looking like, oh shit. And then oh my God. This is where shit got intense. So he's getting mad. He's like, no, this car is mine and you shouldn't be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? He's getting heated because he just ripped that shit up in his face. Like, that's a real insurance card. Real. That tag, I don't know what he was looking at. I don't know if he typed in the wrong code, if he did the wrong shits, or if he's looking at the wrong car. At this time, I didn't know. I do know now. I'm going to tell y'all, but I just wait. So at that time, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's like. This cop must be retarded. And he's getting heated. And I'm like, yo, chill out. Like, calm down. It's not this serious. And he's like, yo, no, sit back. Just get in the back or something. And while he's doing that, I think the cop thought like, hey, he's reaching for something. So he pulls out his gun and he's like, hey, get out the fucking car. Get out right now. Get out. Whoa. You did not have to bring your gun out. It is never this serious. Two, he's like a dark skin. So, he, you know, it's looking really bad on his part right now. So the cop pulls out a gun and he's saying, get out. Like, I'm thinking in my head, why not just pull a taser out? Like, your first intention of a black man bending over to help and talk to his baby cousin, or his cousin at the time. Not baby, fuck the baby, that's gay. All right, no baby cousin, just his cousin. He's like, that's the first thing you think of, to pull your gun out, not your taser, not no pepper spray. You got Batman's utility belt on your fucking waist and you pull out a gun. Batman wouldn't pull out no fucking gun. He beat the fuck out of him, but he wouldn't pull out no gun. So he pulls out the gun, he's saying, get out the car. You know, my cousin's like, I'm not finna, I cannot deal with this shit today. Like, this is not the fucking day. And he's not getting out the car. Get out, dude. Get the fuck out the car. You do not need this right now. He's like, I'm not getting on my car. There's no need for me to get out my car. And then the freaking cop's like, you know what? Grabs the door handle, pretty much breaks it open, opens the door forcefully, grabs him by the neck and pulls him down and has him down. Like, he's like, you are lying to me. This is not your car. It's stolen. And by then, all the backups starting to come over. I'm like, at this point, I'm scared as fuck. Like, yo, get me out. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? And then the cop, he comes around the door and he opens it. He's like, get out, screaming at me like I did something. Like, nigga, calm your ass down. You don't have I want to just. Fuck, man, that kind of hurt. Hit my hand on this. Yeah, he's getting mad and he's like, hey, I'm doing everything. I'm complying. Like, calm your ass down. And of course, that's what I'm thinking, not him. And my cousin's still screaming, you know, like, get the fuck off of me, putting him in handcuffs. And then he pushes the cop. I don't know what he was thinking when he did that shit. He pushes the cop, makes the cop fall. One shot right here. He shoots him. At this time, I'm in the cop car, and I'm just thinking, like, no way he just did that shit. I'm watching this shit through the gates. He shot him. At the time he didn't die, they're calling for everybody. They're like, hey, we need a paramedic. We need all of this stuff. All for a fucking some apparently fake tags. So this is what happened. The tags weren't fake. They were not fake. Them hoes were real. They were assigned to the car. He just didn't look at the car. That's what I'm thinking. He just didn't look at the car, man. Because it came back not stolen. Everything was fine. So then the cop, you know, while he's like bleeding out, not helping, the cop is not helping him at all. He just has his gun still stayed on him, screaming at him to just keep down or you're gonna get shot again. No response. I'm just looking at him and he's just sitting on the ground. You know, at this time, I'm not even gonna lie, a young nigga was crying. I'm crying, my cousin just got shot. The person I'm supposed to be looking to as a dad just got shot. And I didn't even enter high school yet. How the fuck am I gonna get through this shit? I gotta get with females. I don't know how to shave. I don't know how to do all this shit. Everything's just running through my head. And then I'm thinking like, how the fuck am I gonna get home? I'm trying to make something light of it, but like, I can't. I'm trying. And then they're telling me that, they're trying to lie to me saying he's gonna be okay. When the motherfucker isn't moving at all on the ground, just bleeding out. And these motherfuckers wanna say he's okay. He's gonna be okay. Nothing to worry about. He gets, the ambulance comes, picks him up, takes him to the hospital. 10 minutes later, he was pronounced dead. All over some fake, something you couldn't take a second to just look at the car. You instantly had to pull out your gun as soon as he turned to me, he pulled out his gun. There's so many things that he could have grabbed. He could have just said, hey, step out the car. You don't need to be doing that. Or you need to turn to me, or hands on the steering wheel at all times. He would have cooperated, but instead you brought a gun at him. And then I understand he pushed you, but was that a fucking thing to pull out your gun and shoot him because he pushed you? Is that how much threatened you felt? The man was in handcuffs like this, and you felt threatened. You felt threatened when a man is in handcuffs like this. And it was your fault. You didn't put him behind his back. You put him in front of him. My mom, oh my God, when my mom found out, she was furious. And then he didn't have parents. He did not have parents. My mom wanted to sue, but like at the end of the day, it wasn't his kid. Yes, his family, but the cop was, he was on distinguished release or something like that when they leave the station and they're not fired, but they're still getting paid. I think now, I don't know about now, but I'm pretty sure last time I ever heard of him, he was gone. He was fired. You know, he killed a person for no reason. And no justice, man. There's just no justice between cops and black people. This shit is disgusting. If you're black, and even if you're going to the protest, be safe. Black lives matter. And stop saying all lives matter. Until black lives matter, then all lives will matter. But right now, black people are struggling. We're in oppression. We're hurting. And people are not listening. So please listen to our voices. That's all I had to say, man. If you enjoyed this story time, there will be more to come. Like this video up, subscribe if you're new, and I'm gonna catch you on the next video. I'm out.